Hello YouTube, hope everyone is having a great day so far. Welcome back to the YouTube. Granted, I believe this is only the third or fourth video I may have uploaded to this channel, I don't know. But it's not much, I know that for a fact. I believe it might be the second time I've actually picked up a camera and done a video. But that is where it is all going to change. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And it's just something you just keep putting off, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 months go by and you're thinking, where's the time gone? But I thought, you know what, grab myself a little camera that I don't even know how to set up. It is currently 23 minutes past 6 and I've been trying to set this up for the past half an hour. So we're here anyway. Hopefully you can hear me. You should be able to hear me anyway, but the face thing is working as well, which is good. But the plan of action for this video is to take you through a full day in our life. And that's the reason why I wanted to actually sort of document what I'm doing. As a coach, I wanted to take you through when I'm seeing clients, taking you through their preps, taking you through if they're not in prep, whatever, and just taking you through what I do in a day-to-day setting. So I usually get up around 5:30, 5:45 most days, where I'll get up, do work for my overseas clients who have messaged me overnight, which I've already done. And then I'll come downstairs. The first thing I'll do is I'll hydrate. Don't get me wrong, I won't drink all of this, but I'll get a good, I reckon, half of it down me. I reckon a litre down me straight away. If you do struggle to get your fluid down you, get your fluid down you straight away. It's going to be your body's most dehydrated state when you've dropped around sort of 3, 4, 5, even more pounds overnight. So I'd highly recommend hydrating as soon as you wake up. And then what I'll do is I do cardio 6 times per week. So I will go outside, I'll go and do the cardio on the cross trainer in the garage, and then I'll go for a walk and do some faster steps, get back to some form feedback and all of that good stuff, and set up a few check-ins for when they do check in, because I like to make sure everything's all good. And then I'll wake Charlotte around 7. She'll be the first one to admit she is nowhere near a morning person, but she'll get up if she needs to, but 7 o'clock is when she likes to get up, no earlier than that. So she'll wake up at 7, be at the door ready, and then we'll literally be outside for around 7 o'clock going for our morning walk, and we probably walk for around 40 minutes. So I've done cardio, a little bit of work, 40-minute steps, faster steps, all prior to 8 o'clock. Come back and have meal 1, but we'll take you through the day. Today I am meeting Lloyd at Destination in Stoke. I've been working with Lloyd now for around 2 years, I believe. It's our second season together. He is currently 10 weeks out from NT1, Naturals 1, 18th of April, and that's at Wolverhampton. So that'll be a good show. He's 10 weeks out. I saw him 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to be seeing him every 2 to 3 weeks now up until his show, because it's only around half an hour up the road for myself, and make sure he's all good. I saw him 2 weeks ago, made a few changes. Since then, he's dropped around 2.5 kilos. So he'll be looking a lot different this time round, making sure he is ahead. So you'll be able to see him later and go and train some posterior, I believe, at Destination, which will be good. But that is my morning routine. Get up around 5:30, 5:45, hydrate, get a good about litre down me, and then I'll go out and do cardio, do some work, and then I will be going for a walk at around 7, getting most of my expenditure done nice and early and ticked off. And that leads me to my point of doing your routine. You don't have to get up at 5 o'clock, 5:30 at all. I just prefer it, and I like to get all of my stuff done prior to most of the work coming in around, when check-ins start coming around 8, 8:30, sometimes even 9 o'clock, with how the English weather is, of the sun coming up and people taking shots, etc. So I like to get most of my stuff done prior to that, and that's exactly what we do. So I prefer that. You might not, to stick to a routine that you enjoy, and then again, it means that you can actually stick to it for a long period of time. But the quicker you lock in a routine with fluid, with steps, with cardio, if you have any, meal timings, etc., the more progress you will make. Absolute facts. So stick to a routine that you enjoy. It does not mean that you have to get up at 4 a.m. like some people do, which is absolutely fine. That works for them. That doesn't work for me. 5:30, 5:45 wake always works for myself. It might be a little bit earlier if I've got more work to do, depending on the day. I just get organised and put that routine ahead. But anyway, let's get cracking on in the day. I'm going to go and do cardio, which, like I mentioned, is on the cross trainer in the garage. And if we can get 2 likes on this video, that'll be fantastic. One of them is going to be my mum. the second is more going to be a family member or Charles. So I'm a winner either way. Any more, thank you. But let's get after it. That is cardio done. That is steps also done as well. I'm just making meal one. And when I'm in a dieting phase, which I am currently, I prefer a pro-fat meal as meal one. Just because I prefer it when I'm doing loads of work in the morning and when I have a big bout of carbs. Plus I'm not hungry in the morning, but when I get a big bout of carbs, I just feel pretty tired, to be fair. And with the amount of work that I do in the morning with check-ins and stuff, that's the last thing I want to be doing. So we have got an omelette going down. So I've got 200 mils of egg whites and 2 whole eggs. With this meal, I have 100 grams of onion and I have around 25 to 30 grams of spinach, which is in the fridge, I do believe. So there we go. So that will go down now. I have as well weighed out over here 12 grams of salt, which is 7 grams of low salt and 5 grams of pink salt. And that is my daily salt consumption that I have every day. And that has been the same now for, goodness me, the past year or so since prep. So going to get this all made now. That's meal one, pro-fat meal in the morning. And then this goes down at around 8 o'clock. So now it is currently 54 minutes past 7. So by the time this is made, I'm going to have this meal at 8. Get the rest of the fluid down, so it's around 2.5 litres of fluid down already, and then I'll have this meal and then caffeinate and get the rest of my work done. Oh, it is now time for pre-workout to be made, which is cream of rice. I prefer to make my cream of rice a couple hours before actually having it. I've always preferred having my cream of rice cold. It's just preference, to be honest. Custard cream, and I believe it's a new bag. So, and by the way, one thing I will say for any supplements, if you are looking for supplements like cream of rice, like protein, go to Pit Stop Nutrition and use code TBT10 at discount. But current pre-workout meal is 90 grams of cream of rice. So as you can see, how I make it is I put boiling water into the bowl, let it sit for around 20-30 seconds, and then I put it in. I don't put it in too quickly, otherwise it will cook and it will go all lumpy, which is what you don't want. But I see a lot of people do it with cold water. They whisk it and then they mix it up, and it just takes absolutely ages to make. So to literally meet halfway, I don't use a whisk either. I know a lot of people use whisks and it goes, it's so much smoother. It might be, but a fork will be suffice. But boiling hot water, let it sit for 30 seconds. Put your cream of rice in, and then we will whack that in the microwave for around 45 seconds to 60 seconds. And it's all over my hands. Fantastic. So while that cooks, I'm going to take you over here. While that cooks, I think I actually I told you guys earlier, I was actually dieting. I didn't give you the reason why. So I was in need of a diet, just to pull back a touch, but I have got the team meetup coming up at the end of April. So I thought, instead of getting mogged by all of my clients and Jake's clients, I'm going to diet. And I believe that is 11 weeks out tomorrow. So 11 weeks out from the TBT Classic, but it worked out all right, actually. It worked out to be, and worked out in line. So can't really ask much more. I'm going to take the cream of rice out now. See whether it's absolutely bang on. Yep, that is bang on. So see how much quicker you can make it rather than putting it in the microwave for 30 seconds, whisking it, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. It's done. It's done. And if you can see how sort of silky smooth that is. I believe you can't, but yeah, it's all good to say the least. But I have this with coconut oil. So I whisk up coconut oil. I don't like coconut. at all. It's something that I absolutely hate, which you're probably thinking, why am I having coconut oil? You can't taste it, and it's a good way of getting your fats in. I have this, and also I have macadamia nut oil in my diet of my fat sources, alongside dark chocolate and also almond butter. So I'm going to get 10 grams out of that now. So I have 90 grams of cream of rice, whisked in, good England dish, whisked and mixed, there you go, mixed in with 450 mils of, that is 11 grams. Don't you just hate it when that happens? 450 mils of fluid, 10 grams, perfect. And then I have 10 grams of dark chocolate, 5 grams of coconut oil, then I have 80 grams of banana, and then I have 50 grams of whey with that meal. Make it around 2 hours before actually having it, and then it'll be nice and set earlier on. So that is all getting made now, and that is how I make cream of rice. Nice and easy, takes what, 2 minutes rather than whack it in the microwave. And now I'm going to close all the cupboard doors, which I've left open. So fantastic, before I get absolutely yelled at. Joking, I don't get yelled at, but if boys, if you know, you know, just listen to your missus about shutting the cupboard doors. But that is pre-workout made.
I've been very bad. No, not even working.
That's way better. Shit. Run that. There you go. Barbell row. Barbell row. So low row, elbows wide, shoulders down.
Yeah.
Left elbow to touch.
Here we are, post-workout time. But firstly, you would have seen Lloyd there. Hopefully it was in focus, but he is 10 weeks out from PCA Naturals 1. I believe I spoke about it earlier this morning about where he's at, but after seeing him today, he will need regular feeds, and we're going to do that on every Sunday. So we're going to be doing high days on every Sunday leading into the week. Just works well for him. Based off last time, he flattens off pretty quickly through the chest, so the way his training week's set up, it goes push, quads, pull and delts, rest. So on the Sunday, it just feeds him up nicely into the chest, which is obviously an area which we want to try and keep fullness. So based off last time competing, weighed in around 83.5. His last stage weight was 78, so 5 kilos off, 10 weeks. He's in a perfect spot, so we know exactly what to do. And that's what happens when you do season after season after season together, so it works out perfectly. But we have got post-workout here, which is 90 grams of rice, which has got turmeric in the rice cooker. If you're not using a rice cooker, do so. If you're not using turmeric in your rice, do so. We've got 190 grams of chicken, asparagus, pineapple, and peppers in there as well. 2 grams of salt. So that is all good. Got Charles behind the camera, Charles visuals. But great session at Destination. I recorded a few bits. There were some bits that are out of focus, but post-workout now, and get back. I've got to make changes to his plan. So get that done ASAP. We are in the shops. Here we are. This is when you know you're a proper vlogger, when you whack out the camera in the shops. Hopefully you can't hear this horrendous music in the background, but this is where Charles has to get cleaning stuff that is all the same colour. So comment down below. That's what the YouTubers say. Comment down below. I get this skinny syrup for my morning coffee. Just put a dash of that in there. This will last me absolutely ages. But we get it. Well, Charles gets. I make it out like we get. Charles gets all the cleaning stuff, and she has to get. If she gets, for example, pink. There we go. Pink gloves. She'd have to get like pink whatever it is, and everything has to be pink. Last time was orange, so I'm a fan of orange. But we are going shopping now. I'm going to take you around shopping. But following on from my previous clip where I've just left the gym, ate post-workout, my second meal was mince and potato, and I watched England absolutely smash Wales 48-7, I believe it was. So for any of you rugby fans out there, I want England to win the Six Nations. I believe France will. I think it will go France, England, Ireland, Scotland, Italy, Wales. And that prediction was made prior to Italy beating Scotland. Big up the Italia. But we're going to get some steps. We're walking around here getting all of our steps because it's absolutely chucking it down outside. So we're getting our steps in here. I've got about 1,000 left, so just randomly, carelessly walking up a few aisles. So that's what we're doing. Head to Aldi, get a few things. And by the way, I go at Aldi and Tesco. There are a few things at Tesco that I like and a few things at Aldi. I said that I actually went shopping at Tesco, and people were absolutely having a go at me, saying, why do you shop at Tesco? Saying that I'm fancy. I've always shopped at Aldi. Always. Aldi and Tesco, the combination of dreams. But I'm going to head in there, grab a few bits, and I'm going to get my skinny barista salted caramel. Shame I'm not skinny, but still. So, do you want to get into the vlog? Yeah. We're ready to attack the aisles.
Only got little ones.
We've only got little ones. Well, Charles is not used to little ones, little bananas. She likes big bananas, so we're not getting the green ones. They're too ripe. Look at these. Look at these, man. If anyone likes those bananas, they've got something wrong with them.
Why are they so small?
I don't know. But anyway, we're carrying around. Got this. Got the trolley, and we're going to get some small lettuces. I like to get my frozen fruit from Aldi, not meat, to be fair, because they sell the mince in that vacuum pack stuff, and the chicken's not the best, can't lie. So I don't mind little ones. But yeah, we need to get some pineapple. I don't know. Do you know when you go into a shop and they change everything round, and then your OCD is to say like, what is going on? Where are things? That's what we're going through now because they've changed all the aisles. So.
Pineapple would be on there. If not, you get some of the cut one.
But that's what we're doing now. I will show you what we get afterwards. But asparagus first. We've got the Moser-Roth dark chocolate. People are looking at me like, what am I doing? I would, genuinely, if I was walking around Aldi with a camera in my face, I would as well. But we are going all in to this vlogging stuff and taking you around the nitty-gritties of shopping. And I say nitty-gritties because I don't like shopping. Charles loves shopping. But we need some frozen raspberries. We've got some sauces. We've got some veg. We've got some fruit. It's all well and good. Aldi is thriving. But what I'll do is, I won't give you a little haul of what we're going to get. You know what we get, the usual stuff. I'll take you through a full day of eating so you can see the foods that I eat and what I get from the shop. But that'll be on another video. Think of all these original video ideas, but I'll take you through a full day of eating another day. And we are back from the shopping adventures. It is now currently, can't see that, but it's 28 minutes past 8, and we have got our final meal here. We have got oats, we have got 10 grams of dark chocolate, 85%, 10 grams of almond butter, 50 grams of blueberries, and 50 grams of raspberries, and whey, of course, in there with a carpet of sweet ground cinnamon. But that is in there. We've got the essential latte spoon, and then the rest of the salt for the day was on there as well. But that is it. That is a day in the life, guys, of myself. I am going to do a full day of eating on this diet next time round, so you can see what I eat, calories, macros. There'll be a full breakdown in that video, but it's a little insight into what I do over the course of the day. Thank you for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. Any likes, subscribers, comments, any of that good stuff, it's greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed, and we will see you in the next one. Peace. Hasta luego. Ciao for now.